The limitations exist only in our minds, and if you start using imaginations, then your possibilities become limitless.
If I don't do it, it means I don't believe in it. In this I believe very strong, and I will not give up until I'm top of the world. So that's the way it works. You aim for the top, you don't aim for the second. Second place is the first place among the last ones, and that's not my target.
So you pick whatever you think the biggest problems are, and you try to eliminate them one at a time.
Many people have this idea, I want to achieve something great. Or be somebody great, and they neglect the step that leads to greatness. They don't honor this step at this moment because they have this idea of some future moment where they're going to be great.
The first secret to be an effective leader in your life, whether it's you want to lead your body from the location it is right now you're unhappy about, you don't have the energy you want, your body's not where it wants, to where you want to be, that's leadership.
People ask, what mistakes should you avoid making? And, my answer to that question is don't even bother trying to avoid mistakes because you're going to make tons of mistakes, right? And the important thing is actually learning quickly from whatever mistakes you make and not giving up.
But I also knew that if I didn't try, that I would always regret that.
I got to tell you something. I could be an idiot, and I would know that there are certain patterns that cause people to be fulfilled, to be happy, to fit, to be strong, to feel alive, to be vibrant, to have passion in their life.
And that is, make sure that you are focused on something you're passionate about.
Sometimes life's going to hit you in the head with a brick. Don't lose faith. I'm convinced that the only thing that kept me going was that I loved what I did. You've got to find what you love. And that is as true for work as it is for your lovers. Your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking, and don't settle. As with all matters of the heart, you'll know when you find it.
I think that if you're straightforward and clear about the way that you're going to operate, then you can operate in whatever way you choose. And we don't even take a position on whether our way is the right way. We just claim it's our way.
What takes guts is to put yourself on the line. What takes guts is to say, I'm going to make this work. What takes guts is to say, I'm going to believe, knowing I could be disappointed or devastated. But you know what? Disappointment's a good emotion if you learn how to use it.
You can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future. You have to trust in something, your gut, destiny, life, karma, whatever. Because believing that the dots will connect down the road will give you the confidence to follow your heart, even when it leads you off the well-worn path. And that will make all the difference.
Basically, you can't skip steps. You have to put one foot in front of the other. Things take time. There are no shortcuts. And but you want to do those steps with passion and ferocity.
The world feeds back on us, and it reinforces what we already believe in.
If you don't develop the courage to do that which has been given you to do, and you spend a lot of time going around trying to convince other people or trying to get their approval, what will happen is that you will lose your nerve. And other people will convince you that what you're doing doesn't have any value, and you'll give up on your dream.
You have to do all the things that you are good at. Don't try to jump into the new area. It's too late. You may be successful, but the rate of dying is too big.
If you want to change yourself, if you want to acquire something, if there's some goal that you want to reach, changing your behaviors, overcoming negative habits, it's challenging.
If you want lasting change, you've got to give up this idea of trying something. You got to decide you're going to commit to mastery.
You've got to stand up inside yourself sometimes and say, shut up!
We only have enough energy to take us to a certain level, but it's necessary that we assemble ourselves with other people who share our vision, other people that can see it for us, to give ourselves a home court advantage.
always something. You will never ever have a problem-free moment in life.
I tell people the most common thing people talk about is how they want to make a change in their life. But everybody wants to change, but nobody wants to work out. You know, everybody wants muscle, but nobody wants to train. See, one of the challenges that we have in our lives is we don't realize that the process of training ourselves, the process of conditioning ourselves actually feels incredible once you get that initial momentum, but most people don't.
What is that something that can keep us going, that will enable us to act on our dream? What's one of those keys that will begin to help us to discover the secrets to our dream?
As long as there is blood running through your heart, as long as there's air in your lungs, you have a purpose. You have to give meaning to your life. And the Lord has a purpose for you.
Again, it says, whatsoever ye desire when ye pray, believe that ye have it, and you will have it.
The purpose of a goal, as I've shared with you so many times, is not to achieve the goal. The purpose of the goal is what it makes of us as people, who we become. Ultimately, though, we have to have a sense that who we even have become has some kind of meaning. Without that, there's not a reason to live. There's not a reason to get up. There's not a reason to go out there and make it happen.
Whatever we have right now, whatever we're demonstrating in our lives, is a result of what we believe subconsciously that we deserve.
You get, every moment I do this, the pain's getting more and more intense. There's a point where you must change. And if I change, I get all this pleasure, you're going to want to change.
And so as you begin to look at where you want to go, beginning to embrace that, it's possible.
Everything on earth has a purpose, and you do too. That purpose provides an inner drive that once you tap into it can give your life immense fulfillment. It'll also give you certainty. Because you know, right now we're in a world that's changing so rapidly that virtually every time you turn around you hear about something else that's changing.
Now, what does it take to get people to get the big picture? Or what does it take to get people to change?
Never in the history of the world have things changed so rapidly, so you need to find something that's eternal inside of yourself. That no matter what changes on the surface, this part of you does not change. It's the part you come back to, the part that guides you, the part that really makes you fulfilled.
I mean, to want and to be ambitious and to want to be successful is not enough. That's just desire.
And usually, you know, the devil comes with a bag of gold. You know, there's an opportunity to do something that will pay a lot of money, but you don't quite feel comfortable with. What do you do?
So you can never embrace the fullness of now, or you make the now into even an enemy.
Don't be a part-time dreamer. Over you, Paulo Coelho.
Find the smallest way to get started. And a lot of people use that as a reason for not getting started at all, because they feel they don't have the money to get started. The money won't save you. You've got to get started. Invest your hustle, time, and energy.
Life is a journey. You want to go from here to there. Whether you're going to get there, we don't know. Maybe on the way you'll branch out to somewhere else.
Let's say you come into a little chunk of money you didn't think you were going to get. You know, you just get some dough, and you go, "Hey, that's great. That is great. I think money's great." But energy, physical and mental energy, to me, is the greatest riches of human life.
The people who chase ideas just to make money never make it. But the people who truly love the work, like you love what you're doing, that's the secret to getting through.
You may not have as much talent as you think you have. But if you have the desire, your talent will find you.
But ultimately, I think you need an energy. You need a drive and a belief in what you're doing. And that belief, whatever that is can change an entire film. It can change anything, really.